Hello people of the internet, my name's Bill and another short article on some of the pieces that I do. I'm a committed geocacher. My geocaching name is Billy Whiz. For all of you who don't know what geocaching is, it's basically a high-tech treasure hunt using GPS enabled devices. So I've been doing this about 5 years now, and when I first signed up, sign up onto geocaching.com, get yourself an account and go out into the outdoors and find hidden caches in the world, across the world. When I first started, my GPS device of choice was obviously my smartphone. I used an HTC One in the past, and I now use a Nexus 5. My first 1,500 caches were found just using a smartphone alone. So what I'm doing in this article, I'm not advocating that you have to go out and buy a GPS device. However, smartphones have their own limitations. One of which, battery life. So you need to consider that if you're out on a long caching trip, your batteries are likely to go down. I do have a backup battery device that I have used in the past on long caching loops. The other thing is they're not waterproof. So if in the event that you're out crossing fords and streams and that type of thing, you drop it in the drink, it's going to kill your phone. So I decided to invest in a standalone GPS. So I went out and bought a Garmin Etrex 20. So this is their mid-range GPS in the Etrex range. You can load up full topo maps on it. It's a colour screen, and it served me very, very well for a couple of years. The advantage of standalone GPS devices obviously is they're IP protected, ingress protection protected, and if you do drop them in the drink, they're not obviously completely waterproof, but they will last for a good few minutes dunked in underwater. Just shake it off and you're ready to go. The downside I found with this unit, which is why I moved on to another one, was that it's got a very, very small screen size. When you're out, particularly in urban environments, scrolling around on the map is an absolute nightmare. So I then decided to buy myself the Garmin Oregon 600. So as you can see, it's a much, much larger screen size. Also, as well as you've got touchscreen navigation on this, and with this you've got a button to scroll around. So the reason I went for this larger device is really scrolling around on the maps, because this is a much more, obviously it's not as good as the smartphone in terms of map size, but it's much easier than the Etrex. So having field tested this for well over a year now, very, very happy with it, but do bear in mind, because you are now using a fully fledged touchscreen on this one, it's like a smartphone screen. Well, that's not quite as, the resolution is not quite as good. It will absolutely eat batteries. So I found probably they only last about 6 to 8 hours at the very, very most. So I carry spare batteries around with me all the time. Whereas with the old Etrex, it used to go on for days. So if you're out mountaineering or whatever, this is probably the one you want, much more reliable in terms of the unit. The other thing I found, because also because you've got the touchscreen, when it's really hammering down with rain, the rain dribbling down the front of the screen actually chooses some of the items for it, and it swaps around the screens. Now you can lock the screen, but the trouble is with geocaching is when you're actually going at sort of fairly close towards geocache, you want to be swapping around between the compass and the description of the cache, so that you can sort of see what you're looking for. Looking up the hints and tips, maybe some of the other logs. So you don't really want to be locking the screen all the time with this. So I found when it's really bucketing down with rain, actually this isn't that usable. It does, because it does choose some of the icons for you without you actually touching it. Apart from that, it's a fantastic unit and I would recommend it. However, I'm still not getting rid of this one because it's a nice little unit. Although it is small, if I'm out and I need a long battery life and I need to rely on it, probably go for this one. The other thing I found between these two units here, this one doesn't do it quite so much, does it a bit. This one I find when you're out on the trail using the compass, you can tend to find you go past the waypoint or the cache that you're looking for by quite a long way, by about sort of 50 metres or so. It seems to sort of predict that you're going faster than you are, and you know, you get the warning bleep by then you've gone way beyond the waypoint, so you have to sort of backtrack a bit. So what I've found is the easiest thing to do with this unit now is to, when you get quite close to the waypoint or the cache that you're looking for, slow down a bit, go almost to a very, very slow walk, and then the GPS seems to sort of catch up with itself a bit quicker. I don't seem to remember it doing quite so much with the eTrex 20, and certainly not with the smartphone. So the Oregon 600. It's a great little unit, but like I say, when it's pouring down the rain, you do have issues with the touchscreen, and also I'm not so keen on the sort of the GPS lock in terms of it letting you go much further past the waypoint of the cache that you're looking for than is absolutely necessary, and I've had to backtrack quite a few times with this. Apart from that, very, very happy with it. Do get out, go geocaching. It's a wonderful pastime, and I'll upload some more videos on some of my geocaching exploits. See you all for now.